Russian metal music, diverse and very versatile in style. Going to one of my backlog releases for review, I found this band which I really can't pronounce. Came without jewel case, so just holding the booklet and obviously CD and the backside inlay. And this is something that could be translated to Ruins of Eternity. Really can't pronounce any of these because not in exactly Western alphabets. But here it is, very much in Russian ways. Now, this is an interesting band because it features 7 members. And the style could be described sort of kind of a melodic doom death metal stuff. Very much as it was an attempt to do or capture the early 1990s My Dying Bride stuff in a Russian way. So you can expect a lot of dramatic parts. You can expect certain kind of drama in general. Also the heaviness of death metal, the kind of slow-paced parts of doom metal, some female vocals, and all that kind of mix and match kind of a material with this debut album. Now, also the album name, which is something like Forgotten Hills or whatever, features some 39 minutes of music, and even that seems to be way too much. Now, the production is somewhat solid, and that's pretty much the only good thing I can say about this album, because all in all, this is actually quite horrible combination of different elements. Now, I don't know where to even start from, but I'll try. These compositions, these songs here on this album are very much like face-palming material. There isn't a single good track because it all seems to be less than mediocre in quality. Now, it seems like the band is playing lots of stuff which goes in lots of different places, and the band don't seem to have kind of a style like, hey, let's everybody focus on this stuff. But it's more like one guy is playing this and the other guy is doing that and the vocalist is doing something right there, and it's all really messed up. And it is so confusing and at the same time frustrating to listen to this album, because I mean there's really nothing to kind of nothing to hold into the like, yeah, let's just go with this idea, because everything is more like, why are you doing this? I don't know, maybe the problem is that the band hasn't been putting out demos, or if they have, there's nothing listed here. But it seems like they're putting all their creativity on this album and trying to forcefully put different kind of ideas together, like, but instead of taking the best side of doom and best side of death metal, they're picking the mediocre parts or even less and just forcing them together without making any good sense. Now, it's kind of a miracle that these guys actually have this rather strong production to, over here, because everything else seems to be, failing. I mean, this is definitely one of the most frustrating albums I have listened for a long time. I mean, I gave it like 4 spins, and I felt like my ears were actually bleeding, because it felt like, dudes, don't do that, and they're doing it more and more and more. Now, maybe these growly vocals could be one thing, yeah, and some of these riffs could be something, but when you have lots of mediocre ideas and even less than that of an execution, and you just do everything, even though it doesn't really make much of a sense, you're man like, go, I'm suffering here. I really can't recommend this to anybody unless you are in for just some bad album, because you really need to get your dose of bad music in order to appreciate the good ones. There is virtually nothing good in this album except the sound. The production is pretty okay, and that's it. So, unless you want some crappy music, don't go for this one. Thank you, and sorry.